Hi, my name's Mark Carter, and I'm doing a review on my Lotos LT500D plasma cutter. I ordered this. I had a Jeep Wrangler, which the frame was completely rusted out in the back, and I was able to find a frame at a junkyard to replace that. But my problem was the place to get to cut the frame out from under the, replace half the frame, to cut the frame and then cut the other frame, and it just got so expensive for settling in oxygen. So I started looking at a plasma cutter. So I looked at this Lotos LT500D, and I seen that, you know, when I need consumables, that all I have to do is go online, order them, no problem. The UPS drops them off right at the house. So let's take a look at this, and I'll talk to you about the jobs I've done. The LT500D is just a neat little machine. I was really skeptical when I went to buy this. The price was so cheap that I thought, is this really going to be something that is going to be worth taking out of the box? When it arrived, I was really surprised at the quality of the machine. Now the head for the cutting torch, it's a little on the cheap side, but not, I mean, but what you get for what you pay for is just extremely nominal. But it was, I took it out of the box and had it up and running within 30 minutes, and because I was, as like I say, I was putting a frame under a Jeep, and I had, after cutting the frame and cutting the other frame and welding it all in, I had to build the coil spring holders, which I took 3/16" metal that I've had here, not been able to cut it. I never could make nothing out of it, so it's been here for years. I brought this old piece of rusty metal out, cut my circles for my coil spring holders, welded them in, works great. And I couldn't have done that without with the help of my little buddy here. I've got to where I've been doing several jobs with it, cutting shock holders for my Jeep, building all kinds of things, and it's saved me thousands of dollars, because I had a Jeep that was past drivable, but yet with the help of this plasma cutter, I was able to put the frame under it and everything. And I think all my total cost on even buying the plasma cutter, buying the frame, buying my rods, grinding wheels and everything, I fixed my Jeep for around 600 bucks. And I can get plenty more miles out of it. And this has been a really great help in doing that. The consumables are not really that expensive, and they're so easy to change. Well, I'll just show you how to hook this up first. When it came, it didn't have an end on the cable, because you can hook this up 100, 110, or 220. I chose to hook up on 220 because I knew that there, you know, was a possibility that I was going to be cutting a lot of heavy metal on that Jeep. So I chose to go with 220 volt. Now, after doing that, I even made an extension cord for it that I can plug it in and extend this all the way out into my yard. So if I have bigger things that come that I can't get into the garage, I can take it out there. And it's light and portable. You just pick it up and take it. There's no problem. All you do is, when it comes to simply hook up your torch head, you just screw on the cable, and then you have a little control that slides in with a little ring, and it tightens down. Simple as that. When putting on the, of course, you've got the ground cable that just slides right in. On the back, you'll have to install the pressure gauge, which is it's all it is. You slide it on 2 bolts, tighten up 2 nuts, and then put your gauge in there, and with a ring nut, tighten it down. And you want to run this at around 65 pounds of pressure, air pressure. Be sure when you go to hook this up that you set your air compressor gauge regulator down to 65 pounds. And you won't have a bit of problem if you do that. Now, as far as changing the consumables, let me get that. It's just simply screw the tip off. Let me lay this down out of the way. And as you can see, they just drop out. They just drop out, and you got the torch tip, a little collar, and the electrode. And to put it in, all you do, you just take your little tip, drop it in there. Of course, of all days, it's going to, or the best way you can do it, you can just take and put your collar on there, put your torch tip, take your ceramic cover, put it in there, turn it upside down like so, and then just screw it on. That's it's simple as that, as to change your torch tip and your electrode. And these ceramic covers here will all last forever. They do really good, and the collars. You do use some of the, it's according, a lot of people want to cut right on the metal and drag it across the metal, and the heat will distort and mess up your torch tip. But if you cut like you do with a regular torch, raise up about eighth, quarter inch off your metal, you'll learn that in cutting. It don't take as much heat on your tip, and your tips will last a lot longer. But you can order them from Lotos. It's no problem. You can get them on their website or eBay, but anyhow, their site on eBay, and pretty inexpensive. I was working on my motorcycle, and you'll even get to where you want to just play with it sometimes. I was working on my motorcycle, had the forks off. I was chiseling the forks and doing some work on that. And I was looking at the radiator and how bare my radiator looked on my motorcycle. So I looked, and laying over on the ground where I had cut the end of a barrel out, there was a piece of metal. And I said, well, man, I could make some kind of emblem for the front of my motorcycle for the radiator decoration. And so I just started playing around with some designs and made a lightning bolt. And then the lightning bolt turned into a snake, which I kid with all my friends. I've been bit by both. I've been hit by lightning and been snake bit a couple times. So I'll just show you a picture of that. But that's just from sitting here and waiting for some fiberglass to dry. And I just decided to make that out of a piece of metal that was laying on the ground. So that's what I'm saying, there's so many things that you can do with this little cutter. And you can cut, I had stovepipe I needed to cut. I used to do it with tin snips and fight and cut my knuckles, and it was just simply, I just marked it and just took my little Lotos plasma cutter, put the torch on it, and just rolled the pipe, and just cut off so smooth and so just right the way I needed it to be done. I want to show you a little close up on the front of the machine. Here you have your on and off switch. You have a variable control knob that you can control your amperage that you want. If you're cutting really thin stuff, or you want to cut up to heavy duty, 1/2 inch steel, 1/2 inch aluminum, you can turn your amperage up. But this is a great little machine, and I think that if you purchase this, I think you'll really enjoy it. But now I don't think it would be something that you would want to purchase if you're doing heavy metal work day in and day out. But as far as at your home or on light work when you're, you got to use it off and on, body shops or anything like that, great little machine. And I thank you for watching this video, and I hope this will help you determine whether you want to purchase this machine or not. But for around $300, can't be beat. Have a good day. Thank you.